Right, I'm delighted to say joining us around the desk as our guest host today is Jim Rogers, CEO of Rogers Holdings. Jim, thank you very much indeed for joining us. I want to tell viewers that we spoke to Jim very early this year, before the crisis in North Africa and the Middle East, before the events in Japan as well. And Jim and I had a really good, I would say slightly heated conversation. I think that's fair to say, isn't it? Yes. And it was about the price of oil. And basically Jim said it was going up. He was right. I think if I can remember correctly, NYMEX was about $90, Brent was around about $100 plus, and we had a good debate, and quite frankly, you put your hat out and you said, yes, it's going up. It did. Well done. Congratulations, you were right. That's excellent. Are the fundamentals still in place, in your view, for it to carry on going up?
Well, every once in a while, even I get it right. So I'm pleased to hear that I got it right once and you remember. But I also remember that you said there was a lot of oil around.
I did.
And I said to you, where's the oil?
Yes.
And I still want to know, where is the oil?
I know.
Everybody wants to know.
Yes.
You know why the price of oil is up? Because there's not a lot of oil around.
Now look, Jim, we're all peak oil theorists. It's just a question of timing. None of us believe that oil won't run out. It's just a question of the fact that people have been saying ever since early 70s, and Jeff will remember this because you and I were just young men at the time, but Jeff was still around, perhaps plying his trade then. The fact is, people have been saying we've got 40 years left of oil. They've been saying it for 40 years. So I'm kind of slightly concerned about the pace of the destruction of those oil reserves, because the new technology is great. The new types of oil, whether it be tar sands, whether it be other sources via LNG, via shale gas. There's lots of other types of oil that are coming in, and more will come in the higher the price trades at this kind of level, or the longer it trades at this kind of level.
Look, at $300 a barrel, they will be drilling for oil at Buckingham Palace. I assure you, yes. When oil prices go higher and higher, lots of things happen. People cut back the use, and other people find new sources of energy, and that will happen. It has always happened.
But the problem is, we don't have the luxury of getting to $300 a barrel, because there is a tipping point, and a lot of people talk about the tipping point as similar kind of levels as what the tipping point was in 2008, and that is somewhere between 125, 130, which is not far away from where Brent is now, and $148 a barrel. Hence, we won't get to those kind of high levels because there'll be such huge demand destruction, according to the people who believe in tipping points.
The only problem with that is the IEA, the International Energy Agency, which goes around and does studies, has come to the conclusion that the world's reserves of oil are declining at the rate of 6% a year. Right. Now, they know better than anybody, certainly know better than I do. You can do the arithmetic. Say the reserves are declining at 4% a year. That means in 25 years there's no oil at any price. So you can see the kinds of problems we're having. Yes, $140 oil hurts everybody. But if there's no oil and there's no choice, you either pay it or you don't pay it, or you go out of business. Now, some people will go out of business. You're exactly right. It's going to hurt some people very badly, rising prices. What's the alternative? Tell me what the alternative is.
Jim, there were a lot of smarter than me analysts who were watching shipping and saying there was a lot of oil parked up after the financial crisis of 2008. What they weren't so good at telling us was whether those stocks that were parked up had been run down. And the cynics in the market say, look, when you've got commodities like oil in contango, the investment banks that have got a lot of ammunition, they buy into the market, they then park the supply if the price falls, and that way they win both ways, because they restrict the supply into the market, they also hold on to their positions, they keep the market in contango, they win both ways here. Is there any chance at the moment that there is still oil around parked up? It's just that it's being manipulated by smarter investment banks with lots of firepower.
First of all, I have nothing against anybody making money. That's what we all need. With the more people who make money, the better the world is going to be in the end. I don't know the answer to your question. I hope that somebody's making money in that way or other ways, but that's not relevant to my point. My point is the world's known reserves of oil are in decline. We will certainly have dips. We will certainly have consolidations. I hope we do, because if oil goes into a spike, goes parabolic, then that's the end. Then you have to sell it. Every parabolic move in history, no matter what it is, whether it's stocks or shipping or commodities, ends badly.